Today, there are roughly 3.5 billion people on the internet. That's half of all people, in the world. But what many of us under 30 may not think about is that it wasn't always like this. The internet now is a completely different entity than it was originally meant to be. The internet was made so that the US Department of Defense could share important documents with each other through a unified network of multiple computers. And now it's used for shitposting SpongeBob memes, laying dumps. But let's slow down, because there's a time between missile launch codes and whatever the hell this is. Let me paint you a picture of what the Eternal September was. For many of you youngins out there, you understand September to be the time where you gotta put down the Otter Pops, start hitting the books, say goodbye to your summer sweetheart Jessica. Don't worry, you'll totally keep the flame lit even though she goes to a different school. Being a college student in the 90s meant that you got access to the internet, aka the World Wide Web. Ever heard of it? But if you were a freshman in college in the 90s, you likely had not yet been exposed to the internet, and you wouldn't know this little thing called netiquette, which summed up is basically 1. Don't be a doofus. 2. Shut up, doofus. September was a month dreaded by experienced internet users because it meant a bunch of kids were to come in and get snot all over your sweet HTML. Guys, you're embarrassing me, I'm trying to talk to Jessica. But after about a month, the new users would figure out how to be cool and everything would go back to the way it was until next year. Kind of annoying, but not too bad, right? Okay, now imagine that, but worse. 8 times worse. The year was 1993, and this guy named Bill Clinton was just elected president. People seem to like him, so he'll probably be around for a while. Meanwhile, the World Trade Center was recently bombed, but luckily nothing bad will ever happen at that place again. The Buffalo Bills have just lost their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl, but I'm sure their luck will turn around eventually. It didn't. It still hasn't. This little company called AOL, aka America Online, gets the great idea to give away the internet. For free. To millions of people. They were essentially dropping Usenet drives and serial boxes for any Johnny Two-Tits to stumble upon. The population of people using the internet jumped from 0.05% to 0.4%. That's like inviting your 12th grade AP Gov class to your birthday party and the entire elementary school across the street showing up. I'm talking backpack dances on the left, pneumonia on the right. Fun fact, pneumonia was a really common disease in 1993, and we still don't know why. The rapid influx of new internet users didn't last a month this time though. In fact, it hasn't stopped. That's why it's called the Eternal September. It never ended. It's not as big of a deal now as it was back then because the population of the internet isn't literally doubling every year, but we still get thousands of new users every day. Everyone can easily get a convenient and affordable computer in their pocket now. Why would you not be on the internet? It has games. You know it has games, right? Kids have smartphones, old people have smartphones, I have a smartphone, even SpongeBob has a smartphone. What's that about? Who cares? SpongeBob has internet access now. And what all these people have in common is that at one point the internet was new to them and they didn't know how to act. Hell, I still don't know how to act on the internet. My Twitter followers hate me. I do believe at some point soon the Eternal September will end. Most people over the age of 80 either have adopted smartphones, don't want them, or they are dying. And kids are getting used to technology at younger and younger ages. I wouldn't be surprised if netiquette became as important as real-life etiquette because so much of our social interaction is online now. But I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world if the Eternal September didn't end. After all people should be welcome on the internet. It should be a sandbox for the whole world to learn and interact and create. Sure, it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be mean people ruining the fun for everyone else and bullying people, being a general nuisance, spreading misinformation, and there's going to be website moderators that don't care enough to get rid of them. So if you see someone new on the internet, you should be nice to them. You also never know who's going to get to them first and shape the way they think online, which can dramatically affect how they think about the world in real life and about other people. And it would be nice if everyone learned to think about other people.